Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. We're going for our walk this morning. We're going to start by walking over by the place where I graduated from college. They had our ceremony out here behind the Officers Club, and that's where we're going first. Because today in this video, we're going to be talking about school, virtual school versus traditional school. And we're going to talk about some things you can do to get prepared. Right, Kiana?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get it.
Here I am where the movie started, facing at a photo they've taken. Space tree flying through the skies and petals happen everywhere.
All right. This is the pavilion where we graduated. This is where we graduated from. Good morning, my name is Christopher Houston, and today we're going to talk about virtual school versus traditional school. This is the first time that my kids are doing something that I have to say, you know what, I don't know how that was when I was growing up, because we didn't do that at all. So we didn't have virtual school at all when I was growing up. Well, not that I know of.
Probably not.
I am almost positive if there was an internet, it wasn't in my neighborhood. So today we're going to be talking about that, and this will be mostly Kiana, since she's the one that's going to be going to school.
Yeah.
All right.
Comment down below your guess of what grade I'm in. Please don't say second grade, because I will really feel not great. So anything above elementary, please. Thanks. Then I'll say my answer at the end of the video.
This past week we had a family discussion regarding virtual school. And the discussion was, of course, because we have COVID going on. And the question was, do we do some type of hybrid or full virtual, stay at home, online school? So my wife, she was 100% for the virtual. She wanted to make sure that her baby was safe. Me, I was good either way. Whatever they wanted to come up with, I was good with. And Kiana, I guess she was about the same. What do you say, Kiana? What were you? What was your vote mainly?
Mainly, my vote was either or, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not really my decision, but I just picked what was easier, because I guess a lot of us, when quarantine started, a lot of the kids in middle school, high school, and elementary school, they all had to stay home and do work.
So after the meeting, we came up with it's going to be 100% virtual. Kiana picked up her laptop the other day, and now we're going to talk about the things that we're going to do to make sure she's successful in virtual learning. I've been teaching college classes for about 7 years, some of them online, mainly in the classroom. So we're going to talk about some of the things that we're going to create to make sure she's successful in this new virtual environment. Okay, we're going to talk about 6 areas that we're going to look at when it comes to virtual school versus traditional school. Those 6 areas are
Keeping up on schoolwork, tests, deadlines, PE, lunch, and a personal tutor.
All right. So first is keeping up with schoolwork. So what we've done is, because online learning is a little bit different, the kids nowadays have a syllabus. So we went through the syllabus. We got all of the assignments together, and we put them in an Excel spreadsheet. We put all the due dates in the Excel spreadsheet just to make sure that no assignments were missed. So that's the first thing we're going to do.
The next point is going to be about tests.
So in traditional school, when I was going to school, of course, tests were a culmination of what you had learned. I guess it's still like that, but they definitely weren't online. So one thing about taking tests online is they're almost all open book. So we had very few tests that were open book, tests or quizzes. Mainly, you had to do a little bit of studying. All books were closed, and then you took the test or the quiz. But now it's going to be a little bit different. So I think if you can get all of the information together, then that will help you get a higher score on the test. Well,
Okay. On virtual tests, they're probably going to be a lot easier because we have everything right there in front of us at our advantage. And then once we take the test, it'll probably be easier than traditional. So the only thing is that we, or at least I, don't know if my tests are timed, like I only have 30 or 45 minutes to finish it, or if I have until like 4 o'clock to finish it. So that's another thing that's a little bit scary because you want to, as much time to finish your test because you don't want like a 60 because you did half the work. So important. Tests are important.
okay.
Stay in school, kids. So the next topic that we're going to be talking about is deadlines. So we all know deadlines are sometimes not fun, okay? So in virtual learning, it can be a lot easier to track them because you have time to put it in your Google Calendar or your Apple Calendar, whatever, and it'll notify you every time something is close to being due or on the due date. Or a thing that you can create to keep track of your deadlines is a grade report that changes colors and will notify you every time you're close to a due date or you are on the due date, pretty much. So you can change it to different colors so okay, so let's say for mine, when I have 4 days, it's purple. When I have 2 days left to do my assignment, it's red. And then when I'm done, it's going to be in blue. So you might want to pick colors that stick out to you, or maybe that's your favorite color, so okay, blue is completed, or red is, you only have 2 days to do it.
All right. Hey, I don't have to say anything to that one.
The next topic that we're going to be talking about is PE. And I know, some people are like, PE, I'm glad we don't have to do that. Except me, okay? I love PE, so this is going to be really hard. And so that's going to change because we're going to be, not all of us have our own personal gymnasium, in our house. So we probably have to come up with our own exercises to complete PE so we can, get a grade for it.
Well, I think PE, now she'll have to do some natural PE. Like, this is PE.
Yes, that's us walking.
We walk 4 miles every morning, and I'm a big proponent of habits. People who know me know that one of my favorite books is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and I think us coming out here walking will build a habit of Kiana wanting to do some exercise. It doesn't have to be anything that's super strenuous. It can be just walk. We do walks. We go back. We do sit-ups, pull-ups, sometimes push-ups, and knee raises. So just doing those exercises on a daily basis, I think, is a good thing. So exercise, kids.
Yes, exercise is important. Please do it. Okay, so our next topic is lunch. Everybody loves lunch. I mean, I love lunch. Do you love lunch?
I love lunch.
Yes,
I have lunch 6 times a day.
Yeah, lunch is great. So, eating at home is a lot better because you get to go to the grocery store and you get to pick things that are nutritious and also healthy. So, what that means is that you can pick some foods that would not be good to bring because they're either going to go bad or they're not going to smell the greatest. So you can buy stuff from the grocery store that's like fruit or yogurt or just colder things that you really like, which can benefit your health by eating that instead of a sandwich every day, perhaps.
I agree. So let's talk about traditional. When I was going to school, of course, there was no working from home. We kind of could take our lunch to school if we wanted to, but of course, most people ate in the cafeteria. That was some of the best food. Okay, no, it wasn't. It was terrible, but it was the only thing we had, so we ate a lot of lunch in the lunchroom. So I think being able to eat at home is a lot better.
Yes, and you can order stuff. Like, like pizza, or you can go on Uber Eats and get whatever delivered to you. So
yes, you could do that also. If you have, you can use your allowance to do that.
Whatever. Okay, so our last topic is a personal tutor. So if you know my father, you know he's pretty smart, I guess. Some people say.
You guess.
So
I'm smart. What do you mean? You guess.
I guess. So him and my mom can be my personal tutor in all of my classes because they have experienced school and I haven't yet. Kind of. So they are my personal tutor, which is nice because not every parent is as smart as this man's right here. Okay, next.
So, I guess in traditional school, of course, you had a stack of books that were like that. You had different assignments. You had, and it was just a different time. So, with my wife and I being educated, it's easier for us to go online, look at all of Kiana's classes. One of Kiana's classes, for instance, is Spanish. So my wife was a Spanish translator at one time. So it'll be easy for her to look at Kiana's grades or look at her assignments, kind of help her through them real quick. Me, my thing is math, help her through all the math. I'm not a big trigonometry and physics person, but the Algebra 1, Algebra 2, the things that she will use at work in the future, and the most important math, finance math. Those things will be taught at a higher level from home with Kiana. So in this video, we've talked about keeping up on schoolwork. We've talked about tests and how we're going to deal with that. We've talked about deadlines. We've talked about PE, and we've talked about lunch, and we've talked about personal tutors. With that being said, my name is Christopher Houston. Thank you very much. Good night and God bless.
Oh, okay. So if you answered my question in the comments down below, my grade or I am in. Drum roll, please. 9th grade. I'm a freshman in high school. So if you got it right, congrats to you, I guess.
Okay.
Here I am where the movie started, facing at a photo they've taken. Space tree flying through the skies and petals happen every